Good morning, everybody. This is Steve Clemens, Vice President of Life Markets here at URL. Thanks for joining us on this Friday morning. Do appreciate you being in attendance today. Looking forward to this summer and some beautiful weather here in central Pennsylvania, and have some nice information to share with everybody today. So thanks again for being on the call. If you do have any questions after the call, certainly reach out to us for any additional information, and if there's anything else you're working on, we'll be happy to help you out with that as well. A couple house cleaning items before we get started with the presentation. As usual, we have handouts in the toolbar, usually on the right-hand side of your screen on the toolbar you use. So please, before the presentation's over today, look at those handouts, and you can download those as well. So what we reviewed today, you'll have some content to take with you for your clients. So again, thanks for being on the call, and I usually like to get it started with a quote of the day. This from Mark Twain: "The secret to getting ahead is getting started." So what I'd like to do is get started on the topic of the day, which is don't settle for spreadsheeting. So we want to do some more needs-based analysis, needs-based selling with our clients for life insurance sales. And that's going to help you in a number of ways. It's going to help you provide better service for your clients. Your clients will have better peace of mind when they buy life insurance from you, and they're going to trust you as an advisor, not just someone who sold them something that, quite frankly, if they're listening to the radio, can go on the radio and go to any of those online shops and get $250,000, $500,000, $1 million of life insurance. We can all be order takers, but let's be advisors and do a better job for our clients. Couple statistics for the day. 1 in 5 people with life insurance say they don't have enough. So that means they probably just bought some coverage they thought was what they should have. $250,000, $500,000, $1 million. But after rethinking it and having the coverage, they feel they're not properly insured. So that comes back to us as an industry, us as the agent who provided them that coverage. We want to try to do a better job in getting them the proper amount of coverage day one, so they have that good sleep insurance, that good peace of mind when they go to bed that they've taken care of these needs. People cite replacing income as the top reason for owning life insurance, and we'll circle back to that with one of the handouts that we have in today's presentation. And I love this. The USDA puts out these statistics each and every year, and this one is the cost of raising a child today. This is the median cost for a median income family, $233,000 and change. And they break it down by what is the most expensive part of each of those things. But very interesting. The number one reason, or the number one cost of raising a child, is housing, and then food. I've got 3 young kids at home. I can attest to our grocery bill is pretty high. But number 3 is childcare and education. So that's daycare, things like that. And if you go back 40, 50 years, the same study that they've done now for half a century, that 16% number, I believe, was under 5, 4, or 3%. So what a difference, this next generation has made with the cost of raising children today. So again, kind of getting out of spreadsheeting and needs-based selling, we have some tools we want to share with you to help better serve your clients. And 2 of those is one of them is a very simple needs analysis worksheet. Now, the worksheet we like to use is provided by Life Happens, which is a nonprofit for getting the information on life insurance out there to the public. So we like the piece that Life Happens puts out. It's very easy to use for an agent. It's very easy for a client to understand. And in the handout is that sheet on the left-hand side here And if you notice, we even have a fillable form. So you can go into that form, put in your name, your phone number, your contact information. And when you're talking about life insurance with a client, you can go through that form, complete it, and that way the client knows truly how much life insurance based on their information that you're helping them input they really need. And the second handout here is an income protection grid. This is provided by one of our partner companies, North American Company. You'll also have this handout, and this is very simple. This is how much take-home money your clients bring home in a month, how many years they'll need that income, and the number is calculated on that sheet. Very simple. So if your client makes $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 a month and they need to replace that for 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 years, the number's already there for you. So that is a very nice piece for replacing income. And as we saw in the life insurance barometer studies, that is one of the number one needs that people cite for life insurance, is to replace lost income. So this is the needs analysis sheet, just a little bit bigger so you can kind of get a grasp of it. But again, you can go into your handouts, download that, and start utilizing that with all of your clients. Now, if you like an online version, we do have one on our website. So you can go right to our website, and after the presentation, I'll show you where that is on our website. And then you could do that as well. And here's the income protection grid as well. So as you can see here, it starts at $1,500 a month and goes up to $10,000 a month for 5 through 50 years of need. So yes, the information is great, but now what do I do with it? So I wanted to bring in a sample client, your average 40-year-old guy, and we're going to go with Drew here. So Drew, as you may know, this is Drew Brees, but obviously we're not going on based on Drew Brees' income, but looking at Drew is a top salesman at his company in Preferred Health, making $84,000 a year, $7,000 monthly income, married with 4 kids, ages 10 to 5. So got a young family, very busy, and has to work hard to provide for that family. So what we normally see here at URL is we get Drew here, we get this guy, and we get the call, I got a guy kind of call, and Joey Fry, myself, Matt Alina here in the Life Markets Department will run the quotes that are being requested. And usually for someone like this, we're seeing $500,000, $750,000, $1 million of term life insurance. So for a 40-year-old, we're looking at a 25-year term, take him to right around retirement age. And if we're spreadsheeting these, you'll see that the rates are very competitively priced. When we go onto our quote engine at URL, and you can do this as well, you can pull up as many of the companies as you want. We just pulled the top 3 here for comparison reasons. And at $500,000, Drew's paying $51 a month for coverage. For $750,000, $74 a month, and for $1 million, $93, $94 a month. So taking it a step further and utilizing that income protection model, using that one-page spreadsheet of just looking at his monthly income of $7,000 and looking for 25 years, it's telling us, when we look at this, that Drew needs $1.7 million of coverage. Not $500,000, not $750,000, not $1 million, but $1.7 million. So as an industry, or us as an individual agent, are we doing him any favors by providing $500,000 and not also giving this number? What is the need that he has? So yes, it's more expensive. It's going to be $157, $158. However, he needs to replace that income for 25 years. He has 4 young children at home, and he's the primary breadwinner in that family. So we're looking at $1.7 million at $157 a month as a preferred individual. If we use the needs analysis worksheet and we go through his needs, now we kind of just fudge some numbers here. We didn't specifically talk to this specific client here, but we looked at, if you follow through with me here on the dot, we plugged in his final expense needs of $15,000. The young guy, $15,000 will probably be enough in the next, hopefully in the next 40 years to get him the final expense needs he has. He has an outstanding debt of $25,000. Could be a car payment, credit cards, home equity line of credit, whatever it may be. His mortgage is $300,000. We looked at his 4 kids going to public school at their ages. He would need another over $521,000 for those needs alone. So the lump sum need is over $861,000. But he also has an income of $84,000 needed for 25 years. So we come down to the results and go through the needs versus the capital he has, and the total number is just shy of $2.2 million, based on what Drew has told us. So when we look at that now brings us up to a $2.2 million policy for 25 years at just over $200 a month. So if we look at this in conclusion, if we offered $1 million, that's certainly better than nothing. That's around $93, $94 a month. Based on our income protection grid, just income alone, not looking into other things, looking into college, looking into retirement, what he already has. We're at $156 a month for $1.7 million. And based on his needs analysis worksheet, which is pretty much taking into account college and some other things, we're at $200 a month. So that is kind of where we're at using those tools and giving our clients a better peace of mind in return. Now, I like to say, okay, so if we went through the needs analysis and we told Drew he needs $2.2 million, and he's looking at, I've got 4 kids, I've got all these bills, everything, $200 a month is a stretch. Well, it's certainly not more than a cell phone bill, a cable bill, internet combined, and everything else that people go through. So you can get creative in ways to find money in a budget to help them get the coverage they need. You can also get creative with the coverage. So we can ladder coverage. So if the real need is $2.2 million, why don't we break it down based on the kids' ages? So 15 years, a couple of those kids are starting to age out of college, and some of those needs are going away. So maybe in 15 years, we can drop off $600,000. So, and then after 20 years, maybe another 600 as maybe the kids are getting into their professions, weddings are starting to happen and over, and have that $1 million of coverage for the full 25 years, but drop those other segments off. That's going to save some premium. Now, this was just doing this on our website, doing different amounts. However, I use Banner here as an example. You can actually, with Banner Life, ladder the coverage all in one policy, so you're only paying 1 policy fee versus 3 policy fees, and it automatically just reduces, and it's one deduction from the company. So it makes it very easy. And again, it's term life insurance for income replacement, but in the same respect, we want to put our clients' needs first. We want to make sure we're properly covering our clients. And if we're not using some kind of tool to do that, we're doing our clients a disservice. So these are 2 easy tools you can start using to more effectively provide better coverage for your clients. So again, they're both there on the handouts, and I'm going to try to bring up our website to show you where the needs analysis sheet is if you're doing it online on our website, and bring that up for you here. And let's see here. Okay, so here's URL's website. When you log into url-insgroup.com or you come to our homepage, this is what you will see if you're not familiar with our website. The first place you'll go is our Ares Insurance Agent Services tab. If you are an agent with URL, you put in your username and password. If you are not, you just simply register for the website. And of course, I forgot my password. Let me log out and log back in for you. Okay, so in Ares, once we get into our agent services page, under departments, we can go to Life Markets. And in the Life Markets area, you can find the needs analysis tool in two places. You can find it under Marketing Tools, and then under our Needs Analysis Calculator. You can also, if you're going to our quoting tools, just to run some term life quotes and guaranteed universal life quotes, you can go to our, again, our Needs Analysis tool here. And the same form that we have in that nice, easy PDF that you can print out, put in your portfolio, and take with your clients, we have it online here as well. So you can plug it in online and go through in a couple quick steps. So again, that's available to you there as well. And then when you're ready to run the quotes, again, under the quoting tools, click on term and the GUL. And this you will also have a user ID and password for, which you'll create in about 30 seconds. The nice feature of that is you can save all your quotes in our system. So as you're working with your clients, you can save those quotes. And if we were working with Drew here, we would just plug in Drew's information once again, and his state, and term, guaranteed universal. And to simply ladder coverage on our quote engine, you choose the term lengths you want to see. And then here what we did is we just did 600,000, 600,000, and $1 million, or 10 million. In Drew Brees' case, would be in the 10 million plus range for sure. So, and then you can choose a health class if you want to, and then click whatever health class the client may be. And you get your quotes. You can get quotes, click on just show top 10, and go from there. Very simple. So here you'll see all the top rates for all the carriers. All right, so again, think about laddering coverage, especially on a younger individual, you know, someone who is in their 20s, their 30s, their 40s, who has a young family, who needs that income protection, but you can ladder it and break it down and do something customized for your clients. So at URL, we obviously want to thank you for your business, and part of that is rewarding you for those business. And anyone new to URL, we do have a what we call anyone new to URL Life Markets, or anyone returning to URL Life Markets, which is someone who's been inactive for the last 24 months with us in our Life Markets department. We have a new case bonus in your first 90 days with us, anywhere from $25 per case to $250 per case. At URL, we also have our Orion Concierge Referral Services. So if life insurance isn't your first, your first kind of line of business, and it's not something you're very comfortable with, we have a formal referral program here where our staff can take on that for a life insurance client of yours, and we still have a referral fee we pay on that business. So if you are not currently doing life sales or uncomfortable with it, it's something that if you have a client that you want us to work directly with, we can do that. Some agents who are doing life insurance sales every day, every year, may use it on specific occasions. Maybe it's a client who is now retired and living in another state that you don't service, things like that we see that for. And then for sales support, you can reach out to myself or our marketing team with Matt Alina or Joey Fry, and we'll be happy to help you with any cases you're working on and provide you these type of tools. So with that, that's the conclusion of today's presentation. I will open it up for questions, and those who aren't sticking around for questions or any additional information, I hope you have a great weekend, and I hope you reach out to URL for your next life case. And for those working with us, we appreciate all your business, and thank you for that. Have a great weekend, and I'll conclude the presentation and open it up for questions.